Hello everyone out there in window cleaning land. Just one quick video, a short one here on working around blinds. Many of the stores that we have on our customer list have blinds in them, especially if the store faces south or west or has windows facing those directions. More than likely there will be blinds on them. So what do you do? Well, some customers, if you go in there and train them that you're going to raise the blinds to the very top on the inside when you're washing them, and then wash them, they get used to you doing that. So whatever you do to begin with, they get used to you doing, or the guy previous to you. But just to let you know, how do I handle blinds? Well, if I can work behind them without raising the blind, that's what I do. Several reasons, a couple of key reasons though for doing that. One is time. Many blinds many of them that are installed are either old, worn, cheap, broken, ready to break. So what I've noticed is if I just pull the blind out at the bottom and work in behind it, it looks a little strange, it feels strange to have a blind riding on your back. But you get used to it after you do it for about 10, 15, 20 years. But anyway, that's something that I would suggest to anyone, is because I've broken blinds, and the way I've broken them is by raising them. You just giving them the normal process of pulling the rope, even helping with my hand. Sometimes they'll pull off the window, fall on your face, the rope breaks, they get stuck. And the biggest problem with blinds is getting them back down, all the way back down to the bottom. Most blinds that are sold in America are so cheap that the last 2 feet or so they need help getting down. Their own weight will not get them down because the mechanism that helps them to descend is so cheap. So anyway, the good thing about it is once you deal with cheap blinds and breaking them to where you just want to not raise them because you don't want to break them, you just pull them out and then work in behind them with them resting on your back, the back of your head a little bit. Is that it's so much faster to do it that way. If you can work behind the blind. So we usually don't have any stores. I don't think I've ever worked behind a cheap mini blind. Usually, especially these days, blinds that you'll see in stores are a single sheet of fabric and fairly heavy duty. And some blinds are nicer than others. But anyway, go into the store and also, I just want to let you know, if you need to clean to the top of a window and it's got a blind in it, you can clean to the top much easier by pulling it out and resting it behind your back than trying to raise it to the top and you go up there and your strip washer bumps up against that big roll now of blind at the top of the window. With it fully extended, you're now able to get all the way, most of the time, the very top of the frame behind that roll that's now very narrow because the blind's fully extended. So it's faster, it's easier, and it does a better cleaning job if you leave the blinds down and work behind them. So that's just a little bit there on cleaning, on doing blinds. And by the way, if you do have to raise one or lower one, put it back to the height that they had it at. And one final note, just here recently, cleaning windows at a Chick-fil-A, and they, on the east side of their building, they like to keep the blinds at a certain height. Well, with enough finesse, you learn how to get your strip washer back there and wet the window with the pole kind of keeping the blind away from your strip washer where it doesn't get wet. And then also you can squeegee as well with a swivel, go up the side, come over. And so I can, if the blinds are only partially down and I want to clean up underneath them, wet washing them, I can do that. And of course, if you're going to use a buffer on it, then it's a piece of cake. But anyway, using finesse and working behind blinds, most of the time you do not have to roll them up and roll them down, which is extremely time consuming. If you use the work behind method, many times it's the same speed as if no blind was there at all. So that's your tip and your instructions for working behind blinds. Thank you very much.